I'm so glad you're here. I'm Kate Champion. I'm an author, therapist, and generally curious human whose life has been full of ups and downs, twists and turns, mess and adventures, some intentional and some not so much. Welcome to Living Big Mindfully, a later in life podcast. Here are 3 questions for you. Are you ready? Are you in midlife or beyond? Or maybe struggling with next steps or finding your feet? Possibly feeling like something's missing, not quite right with your life? Or maybe you have a sense that you're really not living your own truth. Okay, you're right, that was way more than 3 questions. But were there any yes answers? Yeah? Okay, fantastic. That means that you are in the right place and this is the show for you. So grab a seat, get comfy, and join us for inspiring, heartfelt conversations. Conversations with real people just like you and me. Listen in as we chat about life, love, health, healing, and thriving well into our later years. And let's commit to creating honest, fulfilling lives and giving a high five to living big mindfully. One more thing. Make sure you visit katechampionauthor.com. Check out Never Too Late and You Are Limitless, my best-selling books. And while you're there, be sure to download your free hiking guide. And remember, check out our Living Big Mindfully community on Facebook. And please share your favorite episode with your friends. Thank you so much. Okay, that is enough for me. Are you ready? Great. Then let's dive in. In today's episode of Living Big Mindfully, in the spotlight is my absolute favorite 71-year-young fitness guru, Pauline Adeleke. I am so excited to be able to bring this conversation to you. Pauline has inspired me in so many ways, and I'm happy to be able to share the love with you today. In this fun, powerful conversation, we cover so much. Pauline starts out with a bit about herself and her empowering personal story. Then we take a deep dive into everything you could possibly need to know about how to stay active, fit, and healthy for the long haul. And if you're starting out or starting over, no worries, we've got you covered. Pauline talks about the complacency trap, what it is, how to avoid it, and what to do if you find yourself stuck in it. We talk about the importance of caring for yourself first. And we discuss the power of mindset. And Pauline is a testament to everything this podcast is about. This show is packed full of actionable tips and strategies. And no surprise, Pauline gives listeners some powerful sage advice. Yes, all her links will be in the show notes. You'll have access to absolutely everything. Recipes, workouts, YouTube channels, and honestly, all the encouragement you could ever need to get yourself started. So jump in and enjoy. Hi, Pauline. I am so excited to chat with you today. How are you?
I am so well, Kate. It's such a blessing chatting with you, and thank you so much for the invitation and thinking of me.
Well, I have to tell you, Pauline doesn't know me, but I stalked her on Instagram and some of her feeds were coming up in my feed. And she is the most beautiful woman. She is 71 years old. She's got abs like you wouldn't believe. And her reels, I'm just going to tell everybody, check her out. Her reels are inspirational. Now I'm a girl fan and I've been doing some of your exercises and taking some of your tips. And I'm just really thankful to have you on the show today.
Kate, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. I got a funny story to tell you. I think it was about 4 or 5 years ago. I was visiting one of my sons who lived in San Diego, maybe about 5, 6 years ago. And he said to me, Mommy, because he knows that his mother is an exercise fanatic. And he says, Mommy, why don't you start an Instagram page? And I said, who would want to see a senior citizen work out? Who would want to see that? He said, Mommy, just trust me. Just start the IG page. So I said, okay. So I started the IG page, Kate, and then I noticed I got 100 followers. I said, wow. Then 300 followers. I said, I can't believe it. And now I'm at the stage of 36,000 followers. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And I am just so grateful. I'm just so grateful that, people appreciate what I'm putting out, because as human beings, we always question ourselves. Should I do this? Should I put out this post? Should I do that? But I'm glad I override it and just put it out there, because my mother would always say, when you help somebody, you're helping yourself. So if I can put out the message that you should not be afraid once you reach a certain age, it just gets better and better. I'm going to do it. Yeah. I'm going to do it.
That so resonates with me because, I've turned 60 this year, and I have to tell you, I have A, never felt so well, B, never been so happy, and C, I just really feel like I'm living the life I should be living. It's just amazing. And I've written that book, Never Too Late. And I just really don't think age is a limitation.
It really isn't. The only limitation is the one that you put on yourself. That's why I love the title of your podcast.
Living Big Mindfully, like living with intention.
Yes. I love that. I love it. Because so often, and you're going to have to shut me up because, sometimes I can go, woo. But most times, I have noticed that once women reach a certain age, Kate, they think it's over. It's not over. And you know what, Kate? That's what society subliminally puts in the minds of women.
That's right.
You've stopped your menstrual cycle. You can't have any more children. You're useless. So just sit in a corner and rock yourself until you die.
Hey, lady. Oh my gosh. No way.
No way. No way. Life is too precious. Life is too precious, ladies. It's too precious to give up on yourself.
I mean, for me, it's not over until you're like in the grave. Then it's over, right? Then it's over.
Absolutely. I see women on Instagram. Well, the first woman who really piqued my... Have you ever heard of Arsenio Hall?
Yes.
Okay. I was looking at Arsenio Hall many, many, many years ago. And I saw his mother behind the scenes. And I said, wow. I said, that's his mother? I said, she really looks good. She looks great. And then other women that you see who have not given up on themselves. And that's my message. That's my mission. Do not give up on yourself. I don't care. Even if you're 45, 50, 100 pounds overweight, don't give up on yourself. You can lose the weight. You can do it.
Right. I do want to hear you have this beautiful story, but and I'm all about real people with real stories, and you do have a beautiful story. So share a little bit about who you are, a little bit about your story, and just want listeners to really get like who you are as a woman and everything that you've been through.
Thank you so much. First of all, I am a child of God. And because of that, I am divine. I am divinely created. And I know that. Second of all, I am a mother. I'm a mother of two wonderful, successful, God-fearing, God-loving sons. One is a former Navy SEAL. He's been in the service, but now he's retired from the Navy SEAL service. And my other son is an electrical engineer, and he worked in Saudi Arabia. He's worked all over the world. And because he's been all over the world, I've been all over the world as well. So I'm a mother. I found the man of my dreams. As a matter of fact, I think he found me living in New York City. We met at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. We just had such a strong connection. Within a month later, I was Mrs. Adeleke. That's how strong it was. And he was a very, very wealthy man, and he was from Nigeria. So I moved to Nigeria, and we had a cosmopolitan life. I moved to Nigeria, and we would travel to Europe and Latin America, and of course, America, and we would be all over the world. And it was a fairy tale existence. But unfortunately, the rug got pulled from underneath my feet, and my husband died. I think it maybe about 40 years ago. My husband passed away, and I was left to raise two little children. At the time, they were 5 and 4. By myself, but one with God is a majority. So, it was me. It was just me and God raising these 2 young men. And many times life can just throw you curveballs, and you say to yourself, how in the world am I going to get through this, God? How am I going to do this? How am I going to raise these children? And God said to me, that's not your business. Just keep on putting one foot in front of the other. I got your back. And sure enough, I'm right here. I can testify that he did just that. How did I do it? What caused me? What helped me to put one foot in front of the other? My children. I had to do it. Because, to be honest, I was in a state of depression when my husband suddenly passed away. I was in a state of depression. But I looked at my 2 young children and I said, look, you got to snap out of that. You cannot make your children an orphan. You have to step out of this madness that you're in. And my children were the catalyst for me to put one foot in front of the other and to continue on with life. My exercise, God, my children, and my exercise. That was the strong cocktail that kept me going.
That's powerful. So I'm going to say that one more time. So God, children, and exercise, those were your saviors. Those made you get up every day and work through it and push through the long struggle. Absolutely, Kate.
I couldn't. You can't sit in your despair. You cannot sit in your misery, because when you sit in that, you just get deeper and deeper and deeper. It is a fight. You have to fight. Life is a fight. You cannot just dance through this life. It is a fight for your mind, mostly your mind. You have to make sure that mind is tuned in as tightly as it possibly can. How does it get tuned in? With your spiritual foundation. It doesn't matter if you're Christian, Muslim, Hindu, whatever. You have to have a strong spiritual base, because that's what enables you to stand, to get up off of your knees when you do get on your knees, and just fight the good fight.
Yeah.
You have to do it.
Yeah.
You have to do it.
Yeah. And I'm a strong believer in some kind of spiritual foundation, whatever it is. For me, it's kind of nature and getting out in the natural world. And I
love it.
Getting under a tree and getting my feet in the grass, right? That's my foundation. But I do think it's important to have some kind of something bigger, right? Something bigger than you.
Absolutely. Because all you have to do is just look outside the window and you know that there is something bigger than you. And if your faith is strong, you know that there is someone carrying you. You're not doing this thing by yourself. If you think you're doing this by yourself, you are wrong, because He speaks through your friends who love you and know you. He speaks through strangers. He speaks through animals. He speaks through nature. Oh, you're so fortunate to be living in the Midwest. You have trees and grass and whatnot. Here in New York City, it's a concrete jungle. But praise God, we have some parks that we can go to as well.
Well, tell us, Pauline, tell us a little bit about your fitness journey. And I said in the beginning, you're beautiful. You have a six pack to die for. I mean, you are out there every day. I've seen you do videos of push-ups and just, it's inspirational. So tell me a little bit about your fitness journey. Let's dive into that.
Okay, the fitness journey. I've always been fit. I've always had a love for exercise. Here in New York, growing up, we have a form of jump rope called double dutch. Have you ever heard of that before? Double dutch? Okay, so I used to jump double dutch often. As a matter of fact, I think I was the queen of the borough. I lived in Manhattan at the time. So I jumped rope, always very active, as I said. Used to play tennis, used to run, but my two loves were jumping rope and playing tennis. So when I went to college, I played tennis there and did a little running, and went to graduate school, still with the tennis. And again, fitness has always been in my life. And it has been my savior, as I said earlier, because instead of taking medication for depression, and there's nothing wrong with that, nothing is wrong with that. Instead of taking medication, I put my sorrow, my anxiety into working out. I live in a building with 17 flights of steps. So what I would do in the morning when I would get my children ready for school, before I got them ready for school, I would wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I would run up and down the steps at least 3 to 4 times. And that was like a kind of meditation for me as well. Because, I would say to myself, Father, the children, their feet are getting big. They need sneakers. They need new clothes. How are we going to do this? And he would always say, don't worry, I got you covered. So again, fitness has always been a form of meditation for me. And the volume of fitness really got turned up when I was in my 40s. And I praise God for that, because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know that fitness would be so helpful as you get ready to jump into perimenopause and menopause. I didn't know the benefits of it. I just knew that I had to keep on doing it for my sanity. And please don't misunderstand me. I wasn't fanatical. I wasn't crazy about it, hitting it 3-4 hours a day. No, I wasn't doing that. Just an hour and a half a day, 2 hours on a good day. And it was so helpful to me. It helped me when I was going through menopause. I didn't have any issues with weight gain. The weight gain came on me when I went to Spain. And I was studying in Spain for about 3 months, and I was acting like a Spaniard. I was eating, I was drinking, I was dancing. And when I came back to New York, Kate, it's really funny. I was saying, and I started putting on the clothes that I had in my closet. And I said to myself, what is wrong with these jeans? What is wrong with this skirt? It's so tight. Not thinking it was me. But then when I took a really good look in the mirror, I didn't down myself. I did not beat myself up. I just said, you know what you got to do, girl? So let's get after it. And even when I came back to New York and then I went to the doctor for my physical checkup, Kate, and the doctor said, Pauline, you're doing pretty good, but I've noticed that you've put on some extra pounds. And because you put on those extra pounds, your cholesterol is going up a bit. And I don't like the way your cholesterol is looking, Pauline. So I'm going to have to put you on statins. If you come back here 3 months from now and I don't see, the weight loss, I think we're going to have to go on statins, Kate. That was all I needed to hear. Again, I had a lot of fun when I was in Spain, but that's all I needed to do. I really dived into the fitness and the clean eating even more so. And then when I went back to the doctor, Kate, the doctor said, my goodness, Pauline, what in the world are you doing? He said, your numbers are normal. You've lost the weight. What are you doing? And I told him, I said, I'm exercising, I'm working out, I'm eating a plant-based diet. I'm not eating any meat, not eating any fish, chicken. It's all plant-based. Now, let me go back for a second because we are not all cut from the same cookie cutter. And this world is so divisive right now. Plant-based against meat eaters, vegetarians against. If it whatever works for you works for you. Plant-based diet and exercise, it worked for me. And I cannot stop singing the praises of it. I sleep better. I work out. You should see me. Sometimes I have to say, Pauline, you got to stop working out, girl. You got to stop working out. My head is so clear. So I just love it. That's my fitness journey. That's my exercise journey. And I like to share that. Isn't it wonderful the time that we live in, Kate, where you can just share your experiences with the world? It's so wonderful.
Yes, it is. You can connect, you can build community, you can share the love. Yes. There's no excuses, right?
There's no excuses at all. I love reaching out, but I love even more so people reaching out to me from Brazil, from Iceland, from Australia. I'm saying, really? Yes, really. Yes, really.
Yeah, really.
We share the connection of a healthy lifestyle. And even if you're not at that healthy lifestyle point right now, it's A-okay. Don't beat yourself up. You've made the first step of committing to yourself. Make that commitment to you. It's like when you meet the man of your dreams and he puts that engagement ring on your finger. Just be engaged to yourself and make that commitment to you. So many times as women, we spread ourselves so thin. We give to our children, we give to our husband, we give to our mate. We forget about giving and setting time for ourselves. And one thing that I can agree with in society and culture is that when you get on the airplane, the first thing that the flight attendant tells you to do is put your oxygen mask on first. Yes, you have your little baby by the side, but put that oxygen mask on first. Because when you take care of yourself, then you can take care of your loved ones.
That's right. Right.
It's so important.
Yeah. Putting yourself first.
It really is so important. And Kate, you're going to have to tell me to shut up. But one of the reasons why I take care of myself is because I have 6 grandchildren and only one little granddaughter. So I want to leave the legacy to her. Take care of yourself. Enjoy this life. And how you enjoy it is by eating properly, moving your body, and putting your oxygen mask on first. That's the way you do it.
So simple. I told me to pause there. That is so simple. Move your body and put your oxygen mask on first, right? So simple. So simple. But why is it not so easy? And you talk about this complacency trap. So why isn't it so difficult for people to do that? Move your body and put your oxygen mask on first. And then also tell me about the complacency trap. I mean, you're concerned for people, right? You're really concerned about people.
It's culture, Kate. It's culture. You're getting these messages every single day. You're being bombarded with messages that once you reach a certain age, it's just so maddening. But once you reach a certain age, you call up your doctor and you tell your doctor that you want this prescription. You want this prescription for your memory. You want this prescription for your... Is this insane? So again, it's these messages that you are getting daily and you don't even realize that you are getting the messages. The complacency, turn on the TV, especially around a big sports event. What do you see? You see commercials for Doritos. You see commercials for beer. You see commercials for Domino's Pizza. You're getting these complacency messages. Sit on your sofa and look at Netflix. No. If you want to look at Netflix, I'm sure you've seen my post. Do some exercise snacks while you're looking at Netflix. Move your body.
Yeah, exercise snacks.
The complacency trap is all around us, Kate. We have to be mindful of it. And we have to say to ourselves, no, I'm not going to accept that complacency message. I'm not going to eat that whole box of pizza. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be my own advocate. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to get organic fruits and vegetables. I'm going to treat myself the way I would treat my best friend.
Yeah.
I'm going to get out of the complacency trap that once you reach a certain age, it's over. We've been getting these complacency messages for generations. And this is such a wonderful time to be alive now, Kate, because we can break that. We can break that curse. You know, yeah. I have people say to me, well, diabetes runs in my family. High cholesterol runs in my family. You can break the curse. You can break the curse of those diseases by turning the channel in your mind to the I can channel. I'm going to stop this madness right now. It's not going to go to the next generation because I'm going to be a walking, talking, living testimonial that you can change. You have all of the power within to change.
Well, that's wonderful. So let's just stop there. Let's take a breath and let's just check in. I mean, love those words. Within us, we all have the power to change. And that is so true. I so believe that. So believe that. So I really want listeners to hear that. You have the power, but you've got to have that mindset. You've got to have the mindset.
You know, one of my favorite sports activities to watch on television, the Special Olympics. I love watching the Special Olympics. I love watching people who don't have any legs, but yet they are skiing. I love watching people who only have one arm, but yet they are playing tennis. I love those. It's the mindset. They say, am I going to stop because I don't have any legs? Am I going to stop because I don't have any arms? Oh, no, no, no. I have life. And because I have life, because life has thrown me a couple of lemons, I'm going to make the best lemonade out of this that I possibly can make. They inspire me.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. 100%. Beautiful. Thank you. So you talk about exercise snacks. So tell me a little bit, what's that? What are exercise snacks? I don't think you're talking about Doritos here. What are you talking about? Exercise snacks. Tell me more about that.
Thank you so much for that question. I love it. Exercise. Many of my followers are still working, and many of them are sitting behind the desk 7-8 hours a day. They get a break to go to the bathroom. They maybe have a little break to have a lunch. But why not just stop and do some squats. Do some squats. Do some push-ups. Do some, if you have an exercise mat nearby, do some crunches. If you don't have an exercise mat nearby, that's okay. Do some standing ab exercise. Keep some weights near the desk. And do some bicep curls. Do some shoulder presses. Do it for maybe about 5 minutes. 5 minutes throughout the day. And you've gotten in like 35 minutes, almost close to an hour of exercise. Don't be sedentary by that desk.
Yeah.
Move your body. Move your body. Your body expects you to move. And when you do not do what it expects you to do, your muscles say, okay, you don't want to use me? When you do want me to be of service to you, I'm not going to do it because you've had the opportunity for years to use me, but you've been very complacent. And because of that, I can't move the way I used to move. And I'm not going to move. I'm not going to move.
Yeah.
So we don't want that. We don't want that to happen. Everything we have, our fingers, our wrist, we want to move it. And that's the way of self-love. Fingers, I love you. Wrist, I love you. And I'm going to show you how much I love you by moving you today. If it's only for like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. What if somebody has been not moving and they're on the couch, they've been eating Doritos, everything's a mess. Well, how would you encourage someone to get started, right? When really they haven't done much, but they've just had that doctor visit and their cholesterol's high and they're, blah, blah, blah. How would you help somebody get started?
It's such a wonderful time to be alive. You have no excuses. It's a wonderful time to be alive. All you have to do is just open up the internet, go to YouTube, open up Instagram, follow Pauline Adeleke, see some of her moves that she's doing. There's no excuse. You have no excuse. The information, as a matter of fact, we are swamped with information. The information is out there. Just Google, how do I begin to exercise? What exercises should I start off as a beginner? Everything is at your fingertips now, Kate. There's no excuse. None.
Yeah. I mean, when I help people in my private practice trying to get their fitness back on track, I mean, I even suggest a walk to the mailbox and back, right? Lace up, get those shoes on and walk around the block, walk to the mailbox and back. I mean, you can literally start there. That is a start. That counts.
I like that very much. That's an excellent idea. Start a habit. Before you go to bed at night, put out your sneakers, your workout clothes, your bottle of water, put them out. They will be like a little puppy when you see them. Yeah. And they'll say, come on, let's work out. And even if you don't do it the first couple of days, your conscience will start bugging you. Let me put on my sneakers. Let me put on my workout gear. And as she said, walk to the mailbox.
Yeah.
Or walk around the corner.
Yeah.
And don't be self-conscious. Try, and I know it's easier said than done, but try not to be self-conscious. You know, I can hear as these words are spilling out of my mouth, I can hear someone say, but that's okay for you to say because you're fit. But I'm 150 pounds overweight. I'm 70 pounds overweight. Forget what people say. Yeah. Forget what people think. Put on your exercise gear and do what you know what you're supposed to do. Nobody is paying your rent. Nobody is putting food in your refrigerator. Forget what people say and do what is best for you. And what's best for you? Moving your body.
Right. Yeah. And I do want to say something about that too, because the chances are that people are not thinking what you're thinking. They are thinking about you. They're really, truthfully, no offense, they don't really give a crap, right? They're so wrapped up in their own stuff. They're not thinking about you. They're not judging you. And the other piece I wanted to say is that, you know, even if it's 10 minutes, you know, make the commitment for 10 minutes. I'm going to walk for 10 minutes. So I'm going to, you know, ride my bike for 10 minutes or just 10 minutes and build from there, right? These baby steps can be so.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I live in an urban environment. I live in the city, nothing but concrete and high buildings. So another example that you can do, again, I live in a building with 17 flights. If you live on the 10th floor and you're just starting, walk up 2 flights and then catch the elevator.
Yeah.
And in doing that 2-flight walk, you have added self-confidence, self-esteem to yourself. I did it today. I walked up 2 flights of steps. I did it today. And you can build up on that confidence. Next week, I'm going to walk to flight 5. Next week, I'm going to run up the steps, not walk up the steps. I'm going to run up the steps.
Yeah, because it does build, right? It does build. I mean, we have these natural processes in the body that you build muscle, you build stamina, you build endurance. I mean, it does build, right? It's just the way that we're built. It's pretty amazing.
Absolutely. Just make those confidence stacks, just start stacking them on top of one another and you will be amazed. And, you know, we really haven't gone into this in too much detail, but not only is exercise important, it's very important what you put in your mouth. I mean, you can't work out and then stuff yourself with processed foods. It doesn't work. The body will say to you, what are you doing? Have you lost your mind? So you have to be very conscious of everything. In the beginning, if you're just starting out, you have to be conscious of everything that you are putting in your mouth. No, I'm not going to have that soda pop today. Instead, I'm going to make my own fresh organic vegetable juice. Yes, that takes a lot of time, but I don't have time to make that vegetable juice. Okay, so I'm going to get some melon, some fresh honeydew melon. I'm going to pull out my blender. I don't have to peel anything. All I have to do is just put the fruit in the blender with a little coconut milk, coconut water, and blend it all up together.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's a wonderful way to start your morning. Yeah. Because everything is happy within your cells. They're dancing. The good bacteria is dancing. Thank you for loving me the way you do with the food that you put inside of me.
Yeah, I think that's super important. I think I would also want listeners to hear that it's interesting that when you start to move and you start to kind of get your fitness back on track, you kind of automatically begin to think about what are you putting in your body. You automatically begin to drink more water, right? You automatically start to think about, well, should I have the donut or should I have the protein bar or should I have, the McDonald's for lunch? Should I have the chicken salad? Right? It all kind of starts to work together in this flow.
It's so you are speaking nothing but truth. You've dropped a lot of truth bombs right there, Kate. It's so important. And I know I've had clients and working with them, they say to me, I used to like to go out and eat a lot. I would go out to dinner at least 3 or 4 times a week. But now I don't do that. I don't do that anymore. I rather prepare my own food at home because I know what I am putting in the food. I know my hands are nice and clean when I prepare it. I know the ingredients that are going in. So if I leave any message with your audience today, I want to say, treat yourself like the divine, beautiful, unique person that you are. Most times we forget who we are. Look in the mirror and say, hey, I'm divine. I'm beautiful. Be careful of the self-talk that you talk to yourself, because everything that you say to yourself, it eventually manifests in the real world. That's why, I'm doing a post today, and the post, I'm going to tag you because you're in the post. So in the post, I was talking about, I have some friends and they are the same age as I am. We were all born in the wonderful year of 1952. So one of my friends said to me a couple of days ago, oh, Pauline, we're old now and we have to be careful. And I'm saying, let's backtrack right here. I'm not old. As a matter of fact, I don't refer to myself as 71 years old. No, I say I'm 71 years young. Because again, the words that we say are very powerful. And if I were to let that seep into my subconscious, that I'm 71 years old, then I wouldn't want to do the new adventures that are ahead of me. Then I would say to, oh, you old, you can't do that. Oh, you're old. No, you sit. I don't want you to break any bones. No, that's a bunch of baloney, Kate. I work out with people who are younger than my children. I work out with young men who are 31 and 30. We're doing pull-ups. We're doing push-ups together. Now, if I said, oh, I'm too old to work out with you. Baloney. No.
Well, I'm really feeling your power right now. I mean, you are a powerful, dynamite woman. I'm really feeling your power right now.
Thank you so much, Kate. And you know what? I get a little nervous when I have podcasts. I really do, because I say to myself, Pauline, you are so passionate in your mission that, Pauline, please try and turn the volume down a little bit. But I can't do it.
No.
I can't do it, Kate, because it's needed. It's needed so desperately. I mean, in all aspects of life. I was reading a study the other day where it said 75% of women suffer from menopausal issues, whereas as in other cultures, they don't suffer. They just go through menopause without any extra help. Why do we suffer? Because I think it's the stress. Society says that I should look like this. Society says that I should do that. Society says that I should have body sculpting. No. Listen to the divinity. Honor the divinity that is within you.
Yeah. So powerful. So powerful. So is there anything else you feel compelled to share today before we have that last wrap-up question and we start to kind of say goodbye? Is there anything else, Pauline, that you really want to share today?
The first and the most immediate thing that comes to my mind is to live in the present. Live where you are right now. I am enjoying sharing life with you right now. I'm not thinking about what I got to do in the next hour, in the next 2 hours. I'm not thinking about the emails. I'm not thinking about the posts. I'm not thinking about live in the now, because that's all we have. It's a gift. It's a gift. And know within you, know who you are within you. If you have to lose weight, you can do it. Be patient with yourself. Be kind with yourself. Do not beat yourself up. You will eventually reach your goal. Live in the now and be careful how you talk to yourself.
That sounds like really great sage advice, right? Live intentionally, right? Live intentionally. Yeah.
I like that.
That's what it's mean, isn't it? Like, live intentionally.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
This has been such an honor. It really has.
I have just been so what's the word? So grateful, right? So grateful to be able to connect with you today and share some space. And you are, you exude joy and passion and health and love. And it's just, I would really want to suggest that people check you out. Check out your Instagrams. Follow Pauline. She is, she's amazing. So where can people find you if they want to check you out and check out your work? Where can they find you?
Oh, thank you so much, Caitlin. And I know you're going to put this in your show notes, but I do have a web page. And on my web page, I have exercises for beginners, and let's if you want to be in competition with me, be in competition with me. If you're in your 50s and you see a 71-year-old hitting it, then you can say to yourself, within a month, I'm going to be just like that 71-year-old. I want you to challenge yourself. So again, I digress. My webpage is www.agelesslifestyle.fit. Okay, so you can find me there. You can find me on Instagram, Pauline Adeleke. I have a YouTube channel, Ageless Fitness Lifestyle, where I have exercises, I have recipes, I have my favorite dishes that I like to eat, the things that keep me healthy and strong.
Yeah. Yeah. Just as a final tip for listeners, I made your protein shake the other day. You had a protein shake on Instagram. I made the shake. I put the nutmeg in. I put the cinnamon in. It was delicious.
I'm so happy.
Oh, so good. Yes.
I'm so happy you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. And lion's mane, it's so good. It's so good for the mind. It's so good for the brain. You know, this is one complete body that we're dealing with. So just like we exercise our muscles, we have to make sure that we are exercising our mind and that we're feeding our brain the right kinds of foods, supplements, and nutrients.
Yes. So check out Pauline's work. She's amazing. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you too, Kate. Thank you.
Thanks so much for listening. I truly appreciate you and your time. I love to hear from listeners, so connect with me at katechampionauthor.com. Remember to grab your free hiking guide, and please take a quick moment to rate, review, and subscribe to the show. Thanks so much. Take care. Until next time.